Guys, I watched them climb the street crosswalk thingies. I saw a Spurs fan get jumped. I saw them light stuff on fire. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. In this video, we're gonna talk about it and also how it happened, because as soon as I was there, I was like, oh my goodness, I get it now. And at the end, y'all will too. But let's get into it. So the night already started with personal chaos because me and my friend, we're gonna watch the game at this bar, right? You know, controlled environment, everything nice and safe. No, because we get down to like the MSG area late, and the bar that we're gonna watch the game at are only allowing people in that have reservations. So we go online and the reservations aren't available anymore. So they're basically not letting anyone in. So now we're just two chuds in New York, and we also have tacos. That's why we were late, by the way, because we were big backs. So we eat our tacos and we're like, all right, we actually have to find a spot to watch this game. So we walk around the MSG area and there's no bars open. There's actually lines at every single bar, every single possible spot. But eventually we see this chopped spot where it's like we're watching someone else's watch party and there's some idiot blocking it, but we get half the screen, half the game. And as we're watching the game, we get to like the third quarter, and this guy, I'm gonna put a picture of him on screen right now, walks like through the area that we're watching the game. He's surrounded by like 40 people, genuinely like 40 people. And he has like a whole ass camera crew, like there's so many cameras, and he's there, and then he gives like one of the speeches. Here, I'll play a clip from one I can find.
Jalen Brunson is my doctor, he's my engineer, he's my mechanic, he's my subway driver, he's my pilot, he's my dad.
And he just walks away with his entire entourage. So I look at my friend looks at me, and we're like, yo, we gotta follow this guy. We start starting chants with the crowd, and we like loop around the entire street and eventually get back to the place that we were watching the game. The game is close. The game was so tense. But then Wemby misses the pass. The Knicks actually win. Oh my goodness, it was so peak. And then chaos ensues. Everyone's so happy and everyone is a little bit inebriated, just chanting. I see some guy climb like one of the street poles and everyone's like, yeah, you know. And at that moment, I was like, oh my goodness. I understand mob mentality. I understand exactly how this happened. It's the nighttime. Everyone's so happy. Everything's so chaotic. Of course some shit's gonna go down. And boy, did shit go down, because then we see a Spurs fan. Bro, they rip the jersey off of this poor Spurs fan. And like he leaves, right? I think it got too chaotic. It genuinely got too chaotic, and everyone was like, yo, calm down. Like things calm down. But then they, or I guess we at this point, have a Spurs jersey. So this random dude is like holding up the Spurs jersey and he's like, yo, what should I do with it? And then my friend, as a joke, by the way, he meant this as a joke. He was like, yo, you should burn it. Again, mob mentality as a joke. I was like, yeah. We were laughing because like, obviously they're not gonna burn it, right? And then they pull out a fucking lighter. And then we were like, no. Like we were joking. This idiot tries to burn the Spurs jersey, but it's not burning. So he's like, does anyone have any alcohol? Alcohol? What are we making, a Molotov cocktail? Like we genuinely, like the whole crowd like, no, don't do that. Like no alcohol. But then he still like ends up lighting the jersey on fire. After that, the jersey is still like a little bit intact because it only burned like a little bit. So then the entire crowd rips the jersey apart, and then there's like a line of a jersey. So then they start playing double dutch with the burnt and ripped jersey. And then I know there's a lot of amens. The Kalshi guy, like one of the Kalshi interviewers, goes and interviews one of the girls who just jump roped with the jersey. It was absolute chaos. This girl I used to know from middle school was there. Separate video, by the way. But it was crazy. But I guess that's just what mob mentality causes. Overall, super fun experience though. I mean, experience of a lifetime. Obviously, some people took it a lot too far, like way too far, especially like after game 4, and I wasn't there. This was game 2. But on a serious note, like moments like these, moments where everyone can be happy, joyous together on, especially on something that really like doesn't matter in the scheme of things, something that we give meaning, like sports, for example, where we can all come together and be happy about it. I feel like that's a big part of what makes life worth living. Hope y'all enjoyed me talking about it. Bad Piggies video tomorrow.